And let's get it on. Sorry, try that again. Alright, sorry about the false start there. This is a prop that I want to use later in the show, and I forgot to get it. I forgot to leave it close by. Bit of a mistake, but the mistakes are going to be a bit of a theme of today's show. After all, what do they say? To err is human, to forgive something. I can't remember the rest of that quote. The quote itself was a bit of a mistake. Beautiful sunny day here in Marlborough. I hope the sun is shining on you wherever you're watching around the world, including Japan. Shout out to my man Lee. Good morning. Today is MML 168. Historic, they all are. This one's no exception. Today, we will do live gardening. We're sowing some seeds. We'll give you some garden updates. We'll take a look back at the week that was. We'll play What's in the Bag. We'll also play my 10 cents worth. And, Breakfast with Benny has a bit of a twist today. All those things and many more are coming up right here, right now, on Monday Morning Live. Let's kick off with a bit of a twist on Breakfast with Benny. Breakfast with Benny today is not something that I am going to enjoy here today on the show. It's something I'm going to tell you about that I had yesterday at the Marlborough Farmers Market. So yesterday we were joined by Sasa Express, beautiful Japanese cuisine, and I enjoyed a salmon bowl. Beautiful fresh salmon with rice and a few other goodies. In fact, what I can do is I can bring down the ridiculously obesely expensive Benetron 5000 and show you that was Breakfast with Benny's yesterday. Salmon bowl, thanks to Sasa Express. What's that I hear you say? You could not see the ridiculously obesely expensive Benetron 5000? All the more reason to tune into my YouTube channel, which, unsurprisingly, is Monday Morning Live. You can find it by searching I, Benny Ward. Right, we've done Breakfast with Benny's with a twist. Beautiful, beautiful fresh salmon. Let's do live gardening. Now, actually, before we do live gardening, the theme of today's show is mistakes. And I think I may have made a doozy. 2 weeks ago here on the show, I sowed some seeds that I thought were broccoli. Actually, let's do a gardening update. I'll show you the progress of the broccoli seeds that I thought I sowed 2 weeks ago here on the show. Just lift this up. You can zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. A little bit more, a little bit more. Oh, no, not that close. Go back a bit. Yep, perfect. Now, as you can see, well, in this case, as you can't see, we haven't had any germination yet. Come to think of it, this gardening update might have been a bit of a mistake. It's only been 1 week, so it's early days, but I'm hoping to see some germination of these seeds. Now, the reason that I'm really hoping to see some germination is that I was going through some seeds for today's show, and I found what I think were broccoli seeds. Now, I thought I sowed all the broccoli seeds, which unfortunately could mean that instead of broccoli, I sowed something else, which doesn't bear thinking about. Could be the mother of all mistakes. Speaking of mothers, shout out to my mum, she's watching. Good morning, son. Yep, what's the other comment there? Sunny and very... Oh, Sasa is very tasty. Yes, it is. My good friend Sasa. I had my salmon bowl yesterday at the Marlborough Farmers Market. That was a fail, a mistake, if you will, of a gardening update. Let's give you another one. These are the wildflower seeds that I sowed. Now I sowed these, when did I sow these? 3 weeks ago here on the show. And you can see they're growing really nicely. Great germination rate. You can sort of start to see the different types of flowers starting to develop. So really promising with the wildflowers. Not so promising with what I hope is broccoli. Shout out to Renee, thanks for joining. Let's have a sip of water. Never underestimate the value of water. The theme of today's show is mistakes. And now, I try and keep things positive as I can here on the show. But sadly, last week we received some bad news. And the bad news, I'm sorry to bring it to you right here now on the show, but, and forgive me if I get emotional. Try and be strong and get through this for each and every one of you. Last week I found out that Nike are no longer making the Terra Manta. The greatest shoe in the history of footwear is no longer being made. I love these shoes so much, I even bought them in white. And I love it so much, I haven't even had the guts to wear these out in public. The Nike Terra Manta no longer with us. Shout out to Daddy-O. Thanks for joining. We've done our garden update. We've given the unfortunate news about the Terra Manta. Let's do live gardening. And today, I know what we're sowing. I'm not going to make another mistake. Today, we're sowing seeds of lettuce. Now, we're going to sow them, as I have done with the wildflowers and what I hope is broccoli, into a tray of these little pots, little square pots. Now, 3/4 filled these with a spent potting mix. So this is a potting mix that we've already used to grow something. So a lot of its nutrient has been utilised, if you will. Now what I do is I 3/4 fill these little pots with this with this spent potting mix. I'm getting my words wrong. I'm making mistakes. And what I do is I then sieve some potting mix using the front part of a fan. This is the Benny's 6100 series sieve, available in the gift shop. Why not buy two? And what I do is I sieve the potting mix so it's nice and fine. I'm going to sprinkle some of these lettuce seeds, just a couple in each little pot, a couple in there. The idea is that they will germinate and then we'll prick them out and plant them on. Here's some more fine sieved potting mix. Just going to sprinkle some of that over the top. Now the lettuce seeds are very fine, so we know that the finer the seed, the less deep you sow it. Less deep, the shallower you sow it. That's a bit of a mistake there as well. Then what do we do when we plant something new? We give it some water because, say it with me, you can never underestimate the value of water. And we do so using the Benny's 6100 series spritzer. Available in the gift shop. Why not buy two? Two. Making mistakes all over the place. Right. Let's put those over there. Now, folks, speaking about mistakes, everybody makes mistakes, right? I said that to my wife the other day. I said everybody makes mistakes. I said, what you need to do is you need to embrace your mistakes. So she walked across the room and gave me a hug. We're talking a lot about mistakes. We all make them. I've made a few here on the show, and it may not be the last. You learn from your mistakes. In fact, if that was the case, I would be a genius. Speaking of geniuses, I had a genius idea. I watched the Newcastle Knights lose again last week on Friday night. They only lost because their goal kicker missed a couple of goals. Hey, goal kickers make mistakes. That's why I've had this genius idea. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's time for my 10 cents worth. Now, back in the days when you had an idea, you used to say, well, that's just my 2 cents. Well, thanks to inflation, we don't have 2 cent pieces anymore, we have 10 cent pieces. So that's why it's time for my 10 cents worth. And my 10 cents worth this week is that goal kickers, get this, goal kickers in rugby and rugby league should have a caddy. Hear me out. You know, in golf, where every golfer has a caddy, and the caddy follows them around, carries their clubs. They advise the golfer on which club to use, which shot to use, where to aim, where to land the ball, how hard to hit it, all those things. Well, I believe that goal kickers in rugby and rugby league should have a caddy just like that. A specialist goal kicking coach that comes onto the field whenever the goal kicker takes a shot at goal. And they advise them on what sort of kicking tee to use, how to angle the ball, where to aim, how hard to kick, all those things. hopefully, to avoid the goal kicker making mistakes. Now, you can't buy much with a 10-cent piece these days. So much like a 10-cent piece, my opinion may not be worth a whole lot. But that's what it is, and that's my 10 cents worth for this week. I want to take a moment now to thank each and every one of you. Everyone who joined me yesterday at the Marlborough Farmers Market. Everyone who joined me on my YouTube channel, which, as we know, is Monday Morning Live. You find it by searching Benny Ward. There was no reason for that dramatic pause. I just needed a drink of water. One more thing we have to do before we go. We're running out of time. We have an action-packed show today. We're going to play. So probably should have reached for the bag before that. We're going to play, right here, right now, What's in the Bag? You might have seen my cool little ChatGPT, just another mistake. You might have seen my cool generated image of What's in the Bag on social media. Thank you to everybody who joins me. Today, What's in the Bag comes to you from Eden Orchards. It's sparkling cherry juice. And we sell this on the information kiosk, the People's Kiosk at the Marlborough Farmers Market. Now, cherry juice contains melatonin, which is really good for sleep. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to drink this and fall asleep here live on the show. Some might say that might be an improvement to the show. But melatonin is really good to help you get to sleep and have a good night's sleep. This is not concentrated, it's ready mixed and ready to drink. We sell the concentrated cherry juice at the Marlborough Farmers Market on the information kiosk, the People's Kiosk. And it's really good for sleep. So I'm going to enjoy some of this sparkling cherry juice right here, right now. And of course, it's delicious. Oh my folly, it's delicious. Oh, OMF. Right, we've done live gardening. We've had my 10 cents. We've sowed our seeds of lettuce. We've given you some gardening updates. We've talked about mistakes. Everybody makes them. In fact, I've probably made 2 or 3 here on the show. I want to take a moment now to thank each and every one of you. Each and every one of you who joins me at the Marlborough Farmers Market every Sunday morning. Anyone who joins me on my YouTube channel, shamelessly plugging it again, Monday Morning Live. You can find it by searching Benny Ward. Thank each and every one of you that joins me on my YouTube channel, that joins me on Instagram and TikTok. Again, at Benny Ward. And Benny Ward will see you next time in the garden, because Monday Morning Live is forever, and so are diamonds. Wait, I got that backwards. Say it with me. Diamonds are forever, and so is Monday Morning Live. Have a great week.